down.
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown.
Kill 3 girls, we won't back down.
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown.
Kill 3 girls, we won't back down.
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown. Kill 3 girls,
we won't back down.
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown.
Kill 3 girls, we won't back down.
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown.
You kill 3 girls, we won't back down.
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown.
You kill 3 girls, we won't back down.
Murderer, murderer. 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 Genocide. We charge you with genocide. We charge you with genocide.
We charge you with genocide. Bob Gualtieri, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. Bob Gualtieri, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. Bob Gualtieri, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide.
We charge you with genocide. We charge you with genocide.
Bob Gualtieri, you can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.
Bob Gualtieri, you can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.
Bob Gualtieri, you can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.
We charge you with genocide.
With genocide.
Deputy Skaggs, you can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.
Deputy Skaggs, we can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.
Deputy Skaggs, you can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.
Deputy Skaggs, you can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.
Sheriff Bob, you can't hide.
We charge you with genocide. We charge you with genocide.
We won't back down. We won't back down. Back down. We won't back down.
We won't back down.
We won't back down. We won't back down. We won't back down.
Jail the killer cops
Now.
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 Jail killer Bob
Now.
Jail killer Bob
Now.
Jail killer Bob
Now.
Jail killer Bob
Now.
Jail deputy Skaggs
Now.
Jail deputy Skaggs
Now.
Jail deputy Skaggs
Now.
Jail deputy Skaggs
Now.
Jail the killer cops
Now.
Jail the killer cops
Now.
Jail the killer cops
Now. Now.
We charge you with genocide. Sheriff Gualtieri, you can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.
Sheriff Gualtieri, you can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.
Sheriff Gualtieri, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. Bob Gualtieri, you can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.
Bob Gualtieri, you can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.
Killer Bob, you let them drown. You killed 3 girls.
We won't back down.
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown.
You killed 3 girls, we won't back down.
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown.
You killed 3 girls, we won't back down.
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown.
You killed 3 girls, we won't back down.
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown.
You killed 3 girls, we won't back down. You killed 3 girls, we won't back down. You killed 3 girls, we won't
charge you with
Afternoon, Facebook. It's your boy here, and we are now here at the actual neighborhood of Killer Bob Gualtieri, the sheriff over the leadership over the deputies that chased Dominique battle, Laniya Miller and Ashaunti Butler into a pond, and let these 3 African girls drown, and the deputies had the capability to save these girls. They did. And so now we've brought the fight for justice to a neighborhood. We're out here protesting, and we're bringing knowledge to this neighborhood that you have a killer in your midst. You have a killer living here, and we have to let him know that anywhere that he is, anywhere that he goes, it doesn't matter if he's at work, at home, anywhere, that we're going to bring the fight to him. We will not let him remain comfortable until he washes the blood from his hands, until he's removed from the position of sheriff. His deputies are indicted with murder, all of them, they have to go. And now that's what we're doing. We're making his community aware that they have a killer in their midst, and we're not going to stop this fight until we have justice for these 3 drowned black girls. Uhuru.
You killed 3 girls, we won't back down.
Sheriff Gualtieri, you let them drown. You killed 3 girls, we won't back down. Sheriff Gualtieri, you let them drown. You killed 3 girls, we won't back down. Sheriff Gualtieri, you let them drown. You killed 3 girls, we won't back down. Sheriff Gualtieri, you let them drown. You killed 3 girls, we won't back down. Sheriff Gualtieri, you let them drown. You killed 3 girls, we won't back down. Sheriff Gualtieri, you let them drown. You killed 3 girls, we won't back down. You killed 3 girls, we won't back down. Sheriff Gualtieri, you let them drown. You killed 3 girls, we won't back down. Sheriff Gualtieri, you let them drown. You killed 3 girls, we won't back down. Sheriff Gualtieri, you let them drown. You killed 3 girls, we won't back down. You killed 3 girls, we won't back down. Sheriff Gualtieri, you let them drown. You killed 3 girls, we won't back down. Sheriff Gualtieri, you let them drown. You killed 3 girls, we won't back down. Uhuru! Uhuru! Sheriff the Killer Cop! No! Sheriff the Killer Cop! No! Sheriff the Killer Cop! No! Sheriff Killer Bob! No! Sheriff Killer Bob! No! Sheriff Killer Bob! No! Sheriff Killer Bob! Bob Gualtieri can hide. Sheriff Bob Gualtieri must remember Dominique, Laniya, and Ashaunti. Long live!
Long live!
He must remember the 3 girls that he murdered.
That's right.
He must remember the 3 girls that not only his deputies murdered, but he murdered in the media through the slander campaign that he waged on the entire African community.
That's
on
right.
the girls' families.
That's right.
And on the girls themselves. To justify the murders of his deputies, of murderous deputies, the same justification he gave Deputy Howard Skaggs in 2002 after he murdered Alfred Laborio Felton. We say the Pinellas County Sheriff's Department has too much blood on their hands, and it is the blood of African people. Sheriff Bob Gualtieri has the blood of Laniya Miller. Long live! Ashaunti Butler. Long live! Dominique Battle. Long live! On his hands, and he cannot wash that blood off.
Murderer!
Sheriff Bob Gualtieri, you pay for the crimes you committed against the African community.
Reparations!
Reparations to the African community.
Reparations!
Reparations for stolen African lives.
Reparations! Uhuru!
Deputy Skaggs has to pay for the murder of Laniya Miller, Ashaunti Butler, and Dominique Battle. Howard Skaggs must have criminal charges brought against him, and he must be indicted on all charges for murder of Laniya Miller, Ashaunti Butler, Dominique Battle, and Laborio Felton. Uhuru!
Long live!
Jail the killer of cops!
Now!
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 Sheriff Gualtieri, you can't hide!
We charge you with genocide!
Sheriff Gualtieri, you can't hide!
We charge you with genocide!
Sheriff Gualtieri, you can't hide!
Gonna do another update. Just tell them, what's going on again.
All right, so we're still here. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the name of the neighborhood is Tarpon. But yes, it's
Describe the neighborhood for us, man. What
I can
strikes
tell
me?
you now that it's definitely a step up from the conditions that we're staying in, especially in St. Pete. And I think it's pretty funny that we had to drive 40 minutes just to get to his neighborhood. And that just goes to validate, the separation that they try to put between the African community and no community. But again, we're still out here and we're not leaving until we make ourselves known. And we have to make it known that Sheriff Bob cannot wash the blood off his hands about this crime. They killed 3 innocent African girls, both 2 15-year-olds, Laniya Miller and Ashaunti Butler, and 16-year-old Dominique Battle. And after these girls died, you went on a smear campaign to drag these girls' name in the mud. And now
Alianza! What's going on, Jesse? Say what?
That we can't walk up to the cars to let Gualtieri's neighbors know.
Let me see. What you passing out there? Don't tell them. See the pigs. Police, Pinellas Sheriff County. Pinellas County Sheriff is here. As you see, Bob Gualtieri is the sheriff of these people right here. So as you see, there's one of them walking out, is going to try to enforce some type of policy or whatever. I don't know what's going on here, but I just want to let you know you live, officer. So if you're gonna kill us, please don't.
Are you in charge of this?
Sir, are you in charge here? Can you direct me to the person that may be in charge here? Yes,
that living in their neighborhood is a mass murderer.
that's right.
And the leader of a terrorist organization.
That's right.
Living right in their neighborhood. Some of these people didn't even know that. Some of them were shocked when we told them Bob Gualtieri. One guy said, with disgust on his face, said, oh yeah, that guy's my neighbor. So we're doing a public service letting them know that in this neighborhood, there is, living in a mansion, Bob Gualtieri, the leader of the Pinellas County Sheriff's Department, a terrorist organization that on March 31st of this year, of 2016, brutally murdered 3 teenage African girls.
Never again.
Ashaunti Butler, Laniya Miller, Dominique Battle, ripped from their families by the brutal Sheriff's Department in a hideous, violent manner that you would never see carried out against white people in this city.
Murderers!
They are murderers. And we are here to put Bob Gualtieri on notice. You do not have the support of the entire white community of Pinellas County. Bob Gualtieri slandered those 3 girls, slandered their families, said they were not girls, he said. Slandered their parents, said that their parents were irresponsible parents, that they were incompetent, and put up mug shots and tried to talk about their so-called criminal record. But he didn't talk about the record of Howard Skaggs, who murdered and drowned another teenage African in 2002 in St. Petersburg, Memorial Felton. Chased him into a pond and put a dog on him, and when Memorial Felton tried to defend himself against the dog, these deputies go into the water to rescue the dog, and they brutally pound and beat Memorial Felton to death. Collapse his brain, block his skull. So Howard Skaggs has the deaths of 4 African teenagers on his hands now.
Murderers!
And this Sheriff's Department and Bob Gualtieri have the deaths of countless more. So we are here because we know that when they put out those disgusting, slanderous lies about these girls and their families, they were talking to white people. They were talking to us. And they assumed that we would nod our heads and turn the page in the newspaper to the next thing and forget about it. But we are here to say that the legacy of the lynch mob stops here with us. As we join under the leadership and solidarity with this campaign that will not stop fighting until Bob Gualtieri pays a serious price for this murder, until black community control of the police is implemented, until reparations are paid to the families of these victims and to the African community, and until Skaggs and these other nasty murderers that work under the leadership of this pig, Bob Gualtieri, are brought to justice.
They must go!
They must go. Criminal charges must be brought against these deputies, and Bob Gualtieri must go. So we say reparations now, white solidarity with black power, and justice for the 3 drowned black girls. Uhuru.
Reparations! Sheriff Bob, you let them drown! You killed 3 girls, we won't back down!
Sheriff Bob, you let them drop!
You killed 3 girls, we won't back down!
Sheriff Bob, you let them drop!
Kill 3 girls, we won't back down.
Sheriff Bob, you let them drop!
Kill 3 girls, we won't back down.
Sheriff Bob, you let them drop!
Kill 3 girls, we won't back down.
Sheriff Bob, you let them drop!
Kill 3 girls, we won't back down.
Sheriff Bob, you let them drop!
Kill 3 girls, we won't back down.
You killed 3 girls, we won't back down!
Sheriff Bob, you let them drop!
Kill 3 girls, we won't back down!
Sheriff Bob, you let them drop!
Kill 3 girls, we won't back down! You killed 3 girls, we won't back down!
You can hide!
We charge you with genocide!
Sheriff Bob, you can hide!
We charge you with genocide!
Sheriff Bob, you can hide!
We charge you with genocide.
Sheriff Bob, you can hide!
We charge you with genocide.
Sheriff Bob, you can hide!
We charge you with genocide.
Sheriff Bob, you can hide!
We charge you with genocide. We charge you with genocide.
Sheriff Bob, you can hide!
We charge you with genocide.
Sheriff Bob, you can hide!
We charge you with genocide.
Sheriff Bob, you can hide!
We charge you with genocide.
Sheriff Bob, you can hide!
We charge you with genocide.
Sheriff Bob, you can hide!
We charge you with genocide. Now! 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 Now!
Now. 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 Kill 3 girls, we won't back down.
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown!
Kill 3 girls, we won't back down.
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown!
Kill 3 girls, we won't back down.
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown!
Kill 3 girls, we won't back down.
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown!
Kill 3 girls, we won't back down.
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown!
Kill 3 girls, we won't back down.
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown!
Kill 3 girls, we won't back down.
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown!
Kill 3 girls, we won't back down.
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown!
Kill 3 girls, we won't back down.
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown!
Kill 3 girls, we won't back down.
Deputy Skaggs! Deputy Skaggs!
Murder, murder,
Sheriff Bob!
murder, murder,
Sheriff Bob!
murder, murder,
Deputy Skaggs!
murder, murder,
Deputy Skaggs!
murder, murder,
Sheriff Bob!
murder,
Sheriff Bob!
murder, murder,
Deputy Skaggs!
murder, murder,
Deputy Skaggs!
murder, murder,
Sheriff Bob!
murder, murder,
Sheriff Bob!
murder, murder,
Deputy Vicar! Deputy Vicar! Deputy Skaggs! Deputy Vicar! Sheriff Bob! Sheriff Bob! Sheriff Bob! Sheriff Bob! Deputy Skaggs! Deputy Skaggs! Deputy Vicar! Deputy Vicar! Jail the killer cop now! Jail the killer cop now! Jail the killer cop now! Jail the killer cop now!
Now! Now! Now! Now! Now! Now! Now! Now! Now! Now! Now! Now! Now!
Now! Now! Now! Now! Now! Now! Now! Now! Now! Now! Now!
We charge you with genocide! We charge you with genocide! Deputy Skaggs, you can't hide! We charge you with genocide! We charge you with genocide! Deputy Skaggs, you can't hide! We charge you with genocide! Deputy Skaggs, you can't hide! We charge you with genocide! We charge you with genocide! We charge you with genocide! Bob, you can't hide! We charge you with genocide! Deputy Skaggs, you can't hide! We charge you with genocide! Sheriff Bob, you can't hide! We charge you with genocide! Deputy Skaggs, you can't hide! We charge you with genocide! We charge you with genocide! We charge you with genocide!
It's very difficult. This horrible crime committed against not just the mothers and families, but against the African community as a whole. And that's unanswered for, and we won't let it go unanswered for. I mean, 3 beautiful African young girls were drowned, and then for the deputy to have the capabilities to save these 3 black girls, and they sat around and just had a conversation, and they let these girls drown. So we're here to let them know that they cannot get away with this. We will not let them get away with this, and this blood, they cannot wash it from their hands. And we're going to let the whole community know that you have a murderer in your presence. And this is not the only incident. And if you can't trust the word of someone who has been put in a position of power to protect you, then what does that say about the whole system? And that's what we're bringing light to. And we're not going to let this situation go unanswered for. We just can't. And it's not just an assault on the families, it's an assault on Africans everywhere. And it's just not happening in Pinellas County here in Florida. It's happening everywhere to Africans. And we cannot let these incidents go unanswered for. Uhuru.
We charge you with genocide! We charge you with genocide! We charge you with genocide! Sheriff Gualtieri, you can't hide! We charge you with genocide!
And also, for donations, you know, if you want to make any contributions, you can go to support, you can go to 3 Drowned Black Girls, or you can look on Facebook and find the page, which is hashtag 3DG, if I'm not mistaken. And you can offer any type of support that you want to. Uhuru.
We charge you with genocide! We charge you with genocide! We charge you with genocide! You can't hide! We charge you with genocide! Deputy Vickers, you can't hide! We charge you with genocide! Deputy Vickers, you can't hide! We charge you with genocide! Deputy Vickers, you can't hide! We charge you with genocide! Deputy Skaggs, you can't
Sheriff Bob, you left him drunk.
African teenage girls were chased and corralled into a pond where they were left to drown by 17 trained first responding deputies. And Gualtieri, who is sheriff for the Pinellas County Sheriff's Department, pardoned these deputies in their murder. Deputy Howard Skaggs was the lead car in a legal pursuit of these girls, and he was again defended and justified in killing Africans as he was in 2002 after he murdered by drowning Laborio Felton. His main defense came from Sheriff Killer Bob Gualtieri. It was not enough for these girls to be targeted and murdered by deputies. Gualtieri murdered these girls a second time after he launched a media assault on them in the entire African community. To justify the criminals involved in this murder, he waged a slander campaign to strip these girls of their humanity. Gualtieri, in bed with white media, spread lies of heroic tales on behalf of his deputies and villainized the girls who are the real victims of colonial violence. He has still not accepted responsibility for the murder of Dominique, Laniya, Ashaunti, he thought he could wash his hands of this murder and that the African community would not hold him accountable. But he was sadly mistaken, and we are here as proof of that. The community has come here to let Gualtieri know that there is no place on this earth where he gets to feel comfort. There is no place he can hide. There is no place he gets to run. Where this committee for justice for the 3 true black girls will find him and bring the fight right to his front door.
Uhuru!
We won't stop until Gualtieri steps down from his position as sheriff, until Deputy Howard Skaggs and all the other deputies involved in the murder are indicted on the murder for these girls, until reparations are paid to the families of these girls and all Africans murdered at the hands of the police, and until we have control of the police. Uhuru! Uhuru! Sheriff Bob, you let them drown!
You killed 3 girls, we won't back down!
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown!
You killed 3 girls, we won't back down!
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown!
You killed 3 girls, we won't back down!
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown!
You killed 3 girls, we won't back down!
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown!
You killed 3 girls, we won't back down!
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown!
You killed 3 girls, we won't back down!
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown!
You killed 3 girls, we won't back down!
Sheriff Bob, you let them drown!
You killed 3 girls, we won't back down!
Deputy Skaggs, you let them drown!
You killed 3 girls, we won't back down!
Deputy Vickers, you let them drown!
You killed 3 girls, we won't back down!
Deputy Skaggs, you let them drown!
You killed 3 girls, we won't back down!
Deputy Vickers, you let them drown!
You killed 3 girls, we won't back down!
Uhuru!
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 We'll be back, Gualtieri! Uhuru!
Uhuru!
Uhuru, comrade! Give me something around. All right. I love it. Let's head back.
Bernie Spear, I need to interview you real quick, Akile.
Girl. All right, comrades, we're going to start gathering all our things back next to our cars.
So stay tuned for real quick in the next 3 to 4 minutes. The Bernie Spear Media will be interviewing the leader of the 3 Drowned Black Girls campaign and the committee, Akile Knight. So give us like 2 minutes and we'll be right there. Meanwhile, just check out our signage. You can go to justicefor3drownedblackgirls.org. Also, we're looking for any type of support. We need the community worldwide, so he speaks to that a little bit more efficiently than I can. So right now, here she is. Uhuru Kile. Could you introduce yourself and let everybody know who you are? No, you don't necessarily use the horn. You're talking to the people right now. So just introduce yourself. Let them know who you are, why you're doing what you're doing, and why it's so important for everyone out there who's watching to share this, and not only share but support the fight for justice for the 3 drowned black girls.
That's a lot, so hopefully I remember it. My name is Laniya. I'm the chair for the Justice for the Three Drowned Black Girls campaign. It's a campaign that was part of the National People's Democratic Uhuru movement. It was raised after the murder of Dominique, Laniya and Ashaunti in St. Petersburg, Florida by the Pinellas County Sheriff's Department on March 31st, 2016. These girls were chased and corralled to a pond, and 17 trained response sheriff's deputies stood by and watched them drown. And Sheriff Bob Gualtieri, who was the head sheriff of the department, waged a slander campaign, an unforgivable slander campaign that murdered the girls twice in the media for everybody to see, to justify the murders of his deputies, and to really wash his hands of, you know, the deaths of these girls. And we're out here today. We've confronted Gualtieri at his job. We've been to one of his cocktail parties, and now we had to bring the fight to him and to his own neighborhood to know that there's no place on this earth that he gets to feel comfortable. There's no place that where he can forget the murder of these girls. The African community has to remember the murder of these girls every single day. He took 3 lives from the African nation, and he has to feel that every single day of his life. He has to remember Dominique, Laniya, and Ashaunti. So that's why we're here today. So we had a lot of Uhuru solidarity movement to distribute propaganda around the case and to win solidarity support for this campaign, and to say, you know, no more murders in, you know, white people's names, and that white people in the Uhuru solidarity movement, you know, will not accept and, you know, be complicit and won't allow the sheriffs to murder in their names again. So that's why they're out here, and to demand reparations from the sheriff's department for the murder of these girls and all Africans murdered at the hands of the state. And of course, it's important for you all to share and support this campaign, as these were African girls. These were your African brothers, sisters, comrades that are murdered here every single day at the hands of the police, at the hands of the state. And it is our responsibility as African people to fight for them and to bring them to justice in the form of Black community control of the police, in the form of reparations. You know, this is our responsibility, our duty. And to share this and to just win support for this campaign, visit 3drownedblackgirls.org. We have a Facebook page, Justice for the 3 Drowned Black Girls, or 3DBG. We're everywhere. We're taking the world by storm. Everybody's going to have the names Laniya, Ashaunti, and Dominique on their lips. And justice for all African people murdered by the hands of the police. Free African people, and this is for the revolution.
Uhuru. I want to thank you, Akile and Nai, for that. And I want everybody to share. We are our own media. We have to be our own media in order to make things happen for ourselves. This is you can use the Burning Spear newspaper as your self-determining, to practice self-determination by just sharing it for yourself, for other people, making sure they get this information of 3 Drowned Black Girls. And here's Akile one more.
Sorry, I just want to say I appreciate the Burning Spear media for being out here to tell the story, especially after what, you know, the sheriff's department did in bed with white colonial media and the lies and the narrative that they spread. And that the Burning Spear, when this case was first discovered and we saw the narrative from the Tampa Bay Times and all the different type of media outlets, that the Burning Spear was right here changing the narrative for the African community and for everyone around the world, to let people know that this was murder. This was murder. These girls were murdered. So I appreciate the Burning Spear for covering this story.
Uhuru, thank you so much, Akile. And right now we're going to bring one of the leaders of the white community into the camera scene. Come on, Jesse Novelski is here, and he's going to tell you about, you know, how the white community and their response to the Justice for the 3 Black Girls campaign was. Go ahead, Jesse.
Well, we're out here from the Uhuru Solidarity Movement, and we're standing in solidarity with this demonstration for justice for the 3 Drowned Black Girls. And we also wanted to come out here specifically to put Bob Gualtieri on notice, to make sure he knows that he does not have the unanimous support of the white community of Pinellas County. He cannot count on us to be complicit and to stand by while the Sheriff's Department carries out atrocities and murder against the African community in our name and for our presumed benefit. And we are here to reject that, to break ranks, and to align ourselves in total solidarity with the struggle for justice for the 3 drowned African teenage girls. We also we're here to do a public service for the people who live in this community, to let them know that a murderer, a child murderer, lives in their neighborhood. You know, when a child molester moves into somebody's neighborhood, they put up signs all over the place letting people know. We think we should do that here, to let these people know. Some of the people in this community didn't even know that the leader of a murderous gang of thugs who prey on African children lives right in the back of this community behind the golf course in this big mansion. And we were here to let them know, to drive a wedge through this community and to call upon every white person who can and wants to unite with African people, in solidarity with African people, to join this campaign and fight for reparations to the families of these 3 girls, and Black community control of the police, and for Gualtieri to be held accountable and to resign, and for all the deputies to have criminal charges brought against them.
Well, I just want to thank Jesse Novelski for that information of what's going on now. And stay tuned to Burning Spear TV or Burning Spear newspaper on Facebook. Make sure that you order your spears. You can go to the burningspearmarketplace.com. What is it? burningspearmarketplace.com. I'm sorry, not the Burning Spear, but burningspearmarketplace.com. Order your spears and you can get all your information, all your international African news that affects you. We're biased to the African working class, so it's in the perspective of the African working class. We explain it from your world point of view. So it's a lot different from your bourgeois, New York Times and all this type of stuff. Is explaining it from white people's perspective, but we're explaining it from Africans' perspective and how we fit into the world. So get your Burning Spear, go to Burning Spear TV on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share this. It's so important that you share things like this, because the colonial media works in cahoots with the state, and the state is the sheriff department. And the colonial media supports the sheriff department. That's why they put out the narrative that these 3 girls were car thieves and all that type of stuff, and not 3 beautiful African girls who deserve to live, and die of natural causes, and not by the hands of the state, not by the hands of the police. So we want to make sure that everyone shares this, because it's your responsibility to make sure that your media, the media that speaks for you, catches on like wildfire. All right, so that being said, Uhuru, and see you next time. My fault, yeah, Kese. I caught the feeling.